using artificial intelligence to streamline your personal and business finances. I'm Tonya Hall for ZDNet and Tech Republic, and joining me is Dr. Ashok Srivastava, Senior Vice President and Chief Data Officer at Intuit. Welcome, Dr. Srivastava.
Tonya, it's so great to be here, and you're welcome to call me Ashok.
Good. Well, most people recognize Intuit and as a global leader in the digital financial solutions. Those solutions involve a healthy dose of machine learning and artificial intelligence. Give us a few examples of where your customers have benefited from those technologies.
So, Tonya, first of all, thank you for interviewing me. One of the areas that Intuit is focusing on is developing new technologies to help people in their personal finances. So if you think about personal finance, it includes taxes, it includes accounting, bookkeeping, and many other areas. And AI plays a big role in these areas. So for example, right now, a lot of people are getting ready to do their taxes. They might be doing the taxes. And did you know there are literally 80,000 pages of US tax code? We've built the capability to take that information as it's written and convert it into computer code automatically so that a user of TurboTax doesn't need to know all of the rules. They just need to use the software. The software knows the rules automatically through the use of AI. And then they're able to do their taxes pretty quickly and efficiently. Another really exciting area that's related to taxes is in helping people who are self-employed. So people who might be driving for Uber or Lyft or maybe working on their own, helping those people figure out the best way to do tax deductions. And we're finding that it can save them as much as $4,300. So those are two examples of work that we're doing in AI, but it's really pervasive across all of our portfolio. So it includes TurboTax, QuickBooks, Mint, and the other products that we're running.
Earlier in 2018, you had a conversation with ZDNet's Larry Dignan where you discussed the state of machine learning and AI within Intuit. What are some of the challenges that have emerged since that conversation, and how do you foresee addressing them in 2019?
So from 2018 to 2019, we have grown tremendously as far as the team size and also its scope within the company. And as we're looking into the future, some of the work that we need to continue to do is building that team, attracting the best talent, and then giving them the tools and technologies they need in order to really scale. So we're looking at building platforms and then also giving our employees the ability to harness those platforms to drive better value for our end customer. That's really the direction that we're headed. It's similar to 2018, except now the scale is even broader than it was before.
How does artificial intelligence make loans accessible to those who have, up to this point, been unable to get them?
You know, that's a great question. If you look at what's happening in small businesses today, if you can believe it, half of small businesses fail in the first 5 years. Half of them. And when you think about it, those businesses, those small businesses are really the fabric of our economy. It's the foundation of our economy. So we're thinking about, and we've built AI and machine learning techniques that can take data from QuickBooks, for instance, match it with third-party data, and use it to provide credit to people who are in need. So, for instance, a small business owner might actually need to get money to meet payroll by Friday. And today might be Tuesday, and we want to figure out if in that much time we can get a loan in order to pay the bills, and then after that point, replenish the loan and pay it off. That's one of the best uses of AI and machine learning that we have at Intuit. I'm really excited about it because it addresses a kind of a fundamental need that people have in the small business world.
What steps is the industry taking to make algorithms transparent? Will people accept an outcome of an AI decision if there's no way to audit the algorithm?
That's a great question. You know, for these kinds of applications, we build techniques that are completely explainable. Because as a consumer, I wouldn't want a decision made about my financial future or my finances through a machine that I can look into and figure out what's happening with it. So I think it's really critical. So we build techniques that are automatically explainable. Now, for some cases, for instance, for image understanding or for computer vision, you don't need to know how the algorithm is working necessarily. You can just know that it can classify dogs versus cats or planes versus boats and things like that. You don't really need to know. But in the case of finances, it's really important. So generally speaking, for those kinds of applications, we really focus on explainable AI.
So, regarding the intersection of AI and humans, where do you see the industry headed? Do you expect any major breakthroughs or killer apps, or will human machine interaction progress incrementally? I mean, like, I don't know, adding anti lock brakes to cars or something like that.
I think that we're going to see a couple of major trends in AI. So the first is human-centric AI, where really the human's in charge and maybe getting some advice or some assistance from the machine, and that machine might be powered with AI. That's one thread. The second thread, which I think is a really exciting one, is what I think of as augmented intelligence, where I'm still in charge as a human, but I'm getting a lot of rich information in real time that's really specific for the task that I'm focused on. And it helps me do a better job of what I'm doing. And that area of augmented intelligence is vast. Today we have this in many applications at Intuit, but I'd say even outside of Intuit's walls, in applications in aviation, in space programs, in medicine. We're seeing a lot of use of augmented intelligence. That's a super exciting area. And then finally, areas of autonomy where machines are actually taking more of the decisions with some human authority behind it. So those are three areas that I'm excited about, and I think that we're going to see a lot of progress. You asked about breakthrough technologies. I do anticipate breakthrough technologies in all three of these areas.
Dr. Ashok Srivastava, Senior Vice President of Chief Data Officer at Intuit. Thank you so much for taking some time to join me and shed some light on this. If somebody wants to connect with you, how can they do that?
Best way to reach me is through LinkedIn, Ashok Srivastava, and I'd be happy to talk to people through that medium anytime.
All right. Thanks, Ashok. And if you guys want to find more of my interviews, you can do that right here on ZDNet or Tech Republic, or go to my website, tonyahall.net. Thanks for watching.